Hey everyone, Hank with Outer Rim Travels here, and welcome to the massive, but absolutely gorgeous Utopia of the Seas, Royal Caribbean's newest ship and the second largest in the world after the Icon of the Seas. Yeah, she's a big one. We are super excited to be aboard. I'm going to bring you guys along with me, check out, the ship, restaurants, the entertainment venues, that kind of thing. But I wanted to kick off this vlog by saying thank you, and ignoring completely the YouTube guru advice of hook them in the first 30 seconds. It's important because this is a milestone for me. It's been a year since I've been vlogging. 1 year since my first vlog went up aboard the Freedom of the Seas with the family, and a year, pretty much to the day of capturing content. When I started, didn't know if I was going to be able to continue because it's tough. So, hats off to the vloggers that I watch, folks like Paging Mr. Morrow, JoJo's World, Kyle Paulo, Jackie over at Super Enthused, and Peter and Kitra of Ordinary Adventures. They're just phenomenal, and I've come to appreciate them so much more now as someone that, records my moments in history. It's not easy. It's work. And I know folks kind of make fun of vloggers and that kind of thing, but I have so much respect for all these guys that have been doing this for years. It's tough. But ultimately, the important thing is that you're capturing these moments in your life. And I've gone back and looked at videos, from last year and earlier this year, and just so nice to relive those little moments. It makes it all worth it, in my opinion. And I know now that I'm in it for, the long haul, because I know now that it's more important than anything just to be able to kind of leave those memories, there on YouTube. They're going to outlive me. They'll be there for, my family and my family's family to watch years and years from now. So thank you so much for subscribing, for joining me on the channel and on, these crazy adventures of mine. It's been a thrill. Anyway, we are here. Mama Otero wants the lobster at the buffet, so we're heading up to 15. See you in a bit.
We're going to kick things off at the Windjammer this time around. Did you know that on Embarkation Day, Royal Caribbean offers the biggest seafood spread at the buffet? It's one of the few times you'll be able to get your free lobster. So check it out. This is what we were greeted with. There were really cool ice sculptures right there at the Windjammer. And I mentioned in my tour video, all the way at the back of the Windjammer, you've got this space. Most folks don't know to wander back there. This is where we went for our lunch. Here's the little table that we sat in. And check out Mama Otero's seafood spread. Man, she definitely indulged. Me, on the other hand, I just went for a couple of chicken nuggets, some garlic bread and fries, but I had to have the carrot cake. Dinner's in a few hours.
Here's a new feature that's worked just incredibly well. I saw it for the first time on Icon of the Seas. By the way, haven't sailed on Icon yet, but I did get to take a little tour of the ship. But check this out. This is how the elevators work. You're going to come to this panel over here.
Then pick your floor. You're going to assign a letter. There you go. So elevator C, right over here. There you go. Now you're going to notice that this elevator will only stop on deck 10, making it super efficient, not stopping at a bunch of floors with people coming in and out of the elevator. I must say I love these destination elevators so much. Here we are. This is our floor, deck 10. And we were on the starboard side. Let's head over this way. Figured you could check out the cabin. This was a brand new cabin type for us. We have never stayed in a Central Park balcony. As you walk in, you've got the bathroom over here with a decent sized shower. There's your toilet and sink. And just outside, you've got some storage space, and there's a little couch. Here is your desk, vanity area, and the super comfy queen-size bed, your flat-screen TV. But of course, the highlight of these rooms is the balcony. Let's go outside so you can check it out. It's actually a nice-sized balcony. But look at this view. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I fell in love with it instantly. We did sit out here quite a bit. But let's go back inside so you can check out some of the storage space. Let's check out this closet. Got your hangers in there, a mini safe, enough for passports and jewelry, definitely not enough for a laptop. Some drawers down there. And the other one is basically for hanging clothes. You may want to use this one for ladies' dresses, longer outfits. I'm kind of old school, so I appreciate the printed pamphlets. This one lets you know where all the activities are for the day and your internet Wi-Fi details. We ordered some bottled waters for the cabin. Overall, we are just so fortunate to be able to stay in a Central Park balcony. We love the experience and we'll probably do this again at some point. We did go upstairs for the sail away party, but Port Canaveral is a little more industrial. It's not like leaving Miami or Fort Lauderdale. For long, it was dinner time, and we did go to main dining our very first night. Although we did make it back for breakfast, there's just so many dinner options. We didn't have dinner at the restaurant again. Here's the menu. The bread was really nice and fresh. I had a Caesar salad. Mama Otero had the escargot, which she said was really nice. My entree was the herb-crusted stuffed portobello, which was cool. Mama Otero didn't love her fried chicken. She ended up going for the mushroom. But she enjoyed the key lime pie, and I had the cheesecake. After dinner, we did tour the ship, just to get acquainted with all the public spaces, and that definitely tired us out because we didn't make it to the ice skating show that night. I had booked us for like 10:30, and it was just definitely too late for us. Our friends did make it to the ice skating show, and they enjoyed it quite a bit. It's called Utopia. I had an early morning because I was up at 5 a.m. to start filming the ship tour. Make sure you check it out here on the channel. After a couple of hours of filming, we did hit the main dining room for breakfast, and I had my custom omelet. And then we went to check out the progress, the construction progress on Royal Caribbean's Royal Beach Club in Nassau. We've been to Nassau a million times, so we don't get off the ship. But check it out. Construction is underway. This gorgeous resort will be opening next year, 2025. It's going to be very much like CocoCay, where you have, Coco Beach Club or Hideaway Beach. Tons of beach chairs and little cabanas and things. You're going to have, of course, bars and food spots in that area. It looks amazing, doesn't it? Check it out. You can see Atlantis in the artwork back there. So this is going to be 17 acres in the western end of Paradise Island, just outside Nassau. Look at these amazing pools. It's just beautiful. And it'll keep you inside the Royal Caribbean bubble. Can't wait to visit next year. I actually did get down real quick to say hi to the Disney Wish and Freedom of the Seas, both ships we've sailed on. Soon it was time for Izumi. We did have reservations for sushi. We sat at this little table here on the right. We are here at Izumi, our favorite. Loved it over on the Freedom of the Seas, but we've had a lot of hibachi lately. I've been going to Tepanedo at Epcot a ton. So this time, just sushi. Nice, quiet little dinner here at Izumi. They started us off with a little bowl of edamame. Then I had the miso soup, which I love. And Mama Otero went for the wonton. She wasn't feeling that great this particular cruise. Then the two of us shared the crispy Philly roll, which is salmon, cream cheese. And my main entree was the poke bowl. It did have salmon and tuna. You can see the seaweed salad. For dessert, we went for the mochi ice cream, and I was surprised how much I liked the green tea one. We just had dinner at Izumi, the sushi side, not hibachi. The restaurant is huge, actually. It stretches from like one side of Central Park to almost the other. The food was fantastic. Loved the soup, and they gave us edamame to start, and the poke bowl was phenomenal, delicious.
For the roll, I do think, my bad, I should have probably asked for eel sauce. I'm used to my tempura salmon, kind of dip it in the eel sauce. So that kind of left me lacking a little bit. But everything was very, very good. The service was wonderful. Actually, everyone on board Utopia of the Seas, all the crew have been just phenomenal. Wonderful, wonderful service. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. For some reason, I think that the hibachi, the entertainment factor and all that, I probably would have given it a 5. But not to knock the sushi, it was just a little more quiet, a little more reserved, portions a bit smaller. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. 4 out of 5 stars.
Back in the day, Royal Caribbean was known for its Broadway musicals aboard the ships, but for Utopia, this is the 4th ship in a row that doesn't feature a Broadway musical. Instead, they've got this all-original number called All In, and it kind of takes you through the decades of music. So it was actually quite entertaining, and the performers were just fantastic. What voices all these singers had. So naturally, I can't share, the music, all popular songs that you'd recognize. But look at the costumes and the lighting. They really pulled out all the stops, let me tell you. No cruise ship show would be complete without its acrobats. The cruise lines know that we love this stuff, and it's always so impressive. But yeah, these singers were all very, very good. Definitely top-notch performers. You can tell here, this is Miami Sound Machine's conga, right? You can almost hear it. Beautiful lighting, the screens in the background. I mean, super high-tech show. Check this out. And the costumes, just phenomenal. But I will admit that the highlight of this particular production were the drones. Oh my goodness, you can almost hear gasps in the audience when the drones took to the air. Yeah, absolutely beautiful and very, very impressive. When you're sitting there in the theater watching this happen live, I always say it, video just does not do this justice. You've got to experience it live. So the next morning, we had our breakfast at the Windjammer. Look at all the gorgeous and just freshly baked breads. I love filming first thing in the morning before the guests have started picking at the food and taking it back to their tables. Everything is laid out so beautifully and meticulously. There's the avocado toast. And of course, you've got your fruit station on this side. And cold cuts and cheese. Can't forget your waffles and pancakes. I mean, it's just an endless amount of food. I honestly have no idea how they do it. It's very, very impressive. There's your scrambled eggs and beans. We've got some chicken over here. And then sausage, hash browns, and tons of bacon. And biscuits, too. Here's what my plate looked like, and I had a pager, so when the omelet was ready, they called me over, and I got my fresh egg white omelet.
We just got back from breakfast at the Windjammer and had a kind of special moment at the fruit station. They were completely out of bananas, so trying to get, Mama Otero banana for potassium, that kind of thing. And so I went and I asked Sanjay, who was there kind of in that section, and he said, no, the chef told me that there are no bananas this morning. I said, what? What the heck? I need my bananas. Anyway, he searched me out at the Windjammer and came and brought us 4 bananas, which we brought, a couple back over to the cabin. But I thought that was just a great example of how wonderful the crew is here aboard Utopia. I mean, we're talking almost 6,000 guests, and the Windjammer's pretty big, takes up the whole back of the ship. And he went, found me, and brought us the bananas. I mean, just wonderful. And of course, I'm going to mention that in the comment card so Royal Caribbean knows.
I'm not kidding. We go from like restaurant to restaurant to restaurant on cruise ships. Soon it was time for Chops Grille. Here's a quick peek at the menu. And it was a nice surprise that they gave us pretzel bread. I don't remember that last time, but I love pretzel bread. And here is the mushroom bisque. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. We tried all of the sides, starting with the cheese tater tots, mashed potatoes, French fries, and the mac and cheese. Because it's a prefix menu, you're entitled to all of those. And here is my filet mignon. You're not gonna go to a steakhouse for chicken, right? And for dessert, Mama Otero had the warm chocolate cake with ice cream, and I had the red velvet, which was so good.
Lunch at Chops Grille was absolutely spectacular. No big surprise there. A year ago, we had Chops on board the Freedom of the Seas and loved it so much so we knew that was going to be an option on board Utopia as well. Our server, Birdie, was fantastic, just so nice, constantly asking us if we needed anything else, if we were happy, satisfied. Wonderful server. And just keep in mind, it's very important. I know I'm the first to kind of check my brain at the door when I'm on a vacation or on a cruise, but it's important to remember these folks' names and to add that to the comment card, because that really does help them. If they've done a great job, recognize them. It's not only, complain when things go wrong, but when things go right, make sure you highlight those, crew members as well. The filet mignon, fantastic. Loved it. That mushroom bisque, it's a favorite, all-time favorite. And did you see all the sides that we had? Everything was just so good. I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 stars. Big surprise there. Anyway, I can't recommend Chops Grille enough if you board any Royal Caribbean ship.
The Aqua Theater is unique to Royal Caribbean's Oasis-class ships. You're never going to find anything like this on any other line. And let me tell you, for someone that had not ever seen an AquaShow, I was beyond impressed. So Aqua 82 is the sequel to the very popular Aqua 80 aboard the Oasis-class ships. So I imagine this is an all-new playlist, but still keeping, that fun vibe of the 80s. And the performers were just so good. Yes, you had divers. It's an incredibly intricate performance because there are times where the pool has, a platform. So you've got to know when there's actual water in there or when the platform is up. But I've never seen anything quite like this. Of course, being an 80s kid, I felt completely at home. I knew all the songs, and it just made me enjoy the show that much more. But honestly, very impressive. They've got these 30-foot diving platforms. See that up there? And throughout the show, the performers, dive down into that tiny little pool. Seriously, it's just so impressive. This is a family-friendly show, and the one show that you should not miss if you sail aboard Utopia of the Seas. Plus, how can you go wrong with all that 80s music, right?
We just watched the AquaShow on board Utopia of the Seas, and just one word: wow! Unbelievable, you guys. Incredible. I had never seen, an AquaShow, a Royal Caribbean AquaShow, and it just absolutely blew my mind. From the songs, all the 80s favorite songs, but, remixed really well, where I heard like little bits of Duran Duran mixed in with Power Station, things like that. So many classics, from back in the day. Really well done. The performers just phenomenal. Incredible that they dive from those heights into that tiny little kidney-shaped pool. I think it's about 17 to 18 feet deep, that pool. And this theater holds somewhere between 600 and 700 guests. So definitely, if you've got to catch one show while you're aboard Utopia of the Seas, I would say this one, Aqua 82 TOO. All right, tomorrow it's our last day. It's already over, unbelievable. But we will be hanging out at Perfect Day at CocoCay. Wonderful way to end an incredible cruise. See you over there. Good morning, everyone. Here we are, Perfect Day at CocoCay. Second time this year. We were here earlier aboard Celebrity Beyond. And, on that vlog, I mostly focused on Hideaway Beach. We've got a day pass for Hideaway Beach, but I want to tour the island with you guys and show you all around, the different spots, the different beaches, food spots, that kind of thing. So let's head on in. Here's what I'm seeing. You can take a little tram, of course, but for me, it's just easier to walk. It's actually not too far at all. I've got the map right behind me. I'm going to show you where we are and kind of go all the way around the island. Let's check it out.
Okay, so we are here. We're gonna start by crossing this bridge over here and heading into the chill island section. Then we're gonna go all the way around, visit Oasis Lagoon, and end up at the Up and Away balloon. Can't really go into Thrill Water Park because that's an additional charge, but we do have a day pass for Hideaway Beach. And we will head over to that side to grab my favorite slice of pizza. All right, let's get this island tour started. As you walk over this first little bridge, here on the right, you're gonna see Harbor Beach. Isn't that pretty? And Skipper's Grille. So one of the first restaurants there. Yeah, you got some zip lining going on. And across the way, you can see where these ships are docked. So, Utopia was docked next to Adventure of the Seas. So you keep walking, you're gonna come across a little kiosk, the CocoCay Shop. And this is, mass-produced. This is not island stuff. Got some hammocks over here. And you will see a lot of little kiosks with umbrellas where you can purchase goodies from the Bahamas. Here's the giant chair photo op for you. Perfect Day at CocoCay. And a little bar off on this side. There's a gorgeous view of the ships from here as well. Let's head over this way. You can see all the beach chairs and umbrellas over here. Of course, there are beach beds that you can rent as well. These will set you back a couple $100, but keep an eye on promos because Royal Caribbean does offer discounts for all these little extras. You can save as much as $50 sometimes. Here is the first aid station. And off to the side, you've got the straw market. Again, this is not your typical Bahamian straw market. You're going to find a lot of mass-produced CocoCay, and Royal Caribbean branded merch. Still, nice stuff to bring back home from you after your vacation. There's the entrance to Harbor Beach on this side. And across the way, you've got Chill Grille, which starts with a little bar over here. Next to that, you've got the burgers, hot dogs, chicken, french fries, that kind of thing over here at that station. Then your taco station on this side, and toppings right over here. Then a little further down, you've got the salad section. As you can see, there's plenty of space for the thousands of guests that visit the island aboard these huge mega ships. Here is your beverage station. So these are the complimentary, juice machines. And then you've got a washi station here on the island as well. And you can get your towels right here on the island. There's no need to bring them off the ship. Let's keep walking over this way. And we're going to come across Oasis Lagoon, which Royal Caribbean says is the largest freshwater pool in the Bahamas and the Caribbean altogether. Isn't that massive? There's the swim-up bar right there. And you can walk over here. There's another side to the pool as well. It's beautiful, actually. Here's a shot of the swim-up bar from the other side. So you do have chairs and tables available there. Let's head over to South Beach because Coco Beach Club is an additional charge. You're gonna see signs guiding you because it is a bit of a walk. Okay, here we are. And let's hit that hyperlapse. Here we go. It's a nice little walk, and I will admit at times you don't know where you're headed, but just, stay on the path. It will ultimately lead you to where you want to go. So here we are as it opens up. We're arriving at South Beach, and you've got first little bar over here. Off on this side, you've got the sports pavilion. See, there's a basketball court right there. You've got volleyball and pickleball, all kinds of cool sports activities that you can participate in on this side. Check out the floating bar right there. How cool is that? And then you've got the Overwater Cabanas. So these run roughly about $1,800 at time of filming, but split that between the 8 people and you're looking at $225. So it's not terribly unrealistic. Just book it quick. Here's the Snack Shack. These are complimentary and you've got to try those mozzarella sticks. Yum. They do have a little tram station over here because of course it is a bit of a walk. You don't want to walk all the way back. And some seating. But we're continuing our tour. So we're over here near Up and Away. So let's go check that out. Here we are at Up and Away. Another fun thing that my sister and I did last year on our Freedom of the Seas cruise. You can go back, check that video. I will also tag it in the comments. Really cool to see the entire island from 450 feet up in the air. Let's see if I can get a shot of the balloon. I think they've got the balloon grounded due to weather and an upcoming storm. Yes, definitely grounded. You can see it. Again, a ton of fun doing that last year. Well, I had a ton of fun. My sister was like, that's it? Because I think we went up, not even 10 minutes, up and back down, but some amazing shots from up there. That's gonna do it pretty much for the island because the last section is Thrill Water Park and you do need a pass, to enter there. So can't film that, but we're gonna head over to Hideaway Beach, have my favorite pizza over there, and explore the area a little bit. Let's head on over. But first, let's make a quick stop at Splashaway Bay. So here is the Kiddos Splash Zone. It's really cool, lots of fun. 2 giant water buckets. All right, now let's head over to Hideaway Beach.
So it's probably me because I feel like barbecued after having walked the length of the island. But this little walk over to Hideaway Beach is longer than I remember. Jeez. Maybe, like I said, just tired, having walked the entire island. Let's go in there, grab some water before I dehydrate, and check out what they've got for lunch. Hopefully, they still have that chicken guava barbecue that I like. All right, here we go. This is a little tram stop. I will be taking a tram on the way back.
You see how they have maps all over the island? It's super easy to get around. Yeah, so I was pretty hungry by this point. I went all the way down to Slice of Paradise, which is near the Hideout Cabanas. See them there? With its own little pool. Just beautiful.
Check that out. How lucky am I to have this view?
All right, so here we are at Slice of Paradise, the only pizza place on the island in Hideaway Beach.
And I've got the chicken guava barbecue pizza. Check it out. Loved it so much when we were here earlier this year with Celebrity Beyond. So let's see if it's as good as I remember. Oh yeah. Delicious. And then from here we'll go over, grab some chicken wings, and we're set.
Can't head back to the ship without visiting Captain Jack's.
I say it every time I'm on this island, those are the best chicken wings ever. If you come visit Perfect Day at CocoCay, stop by Captain Jack's, they're behind me, and pick up the barbecue chicken wings. I mean, they're only $9.99, so, $1 a wing. Can't beat it. They are so good. 5 out of 5 stars, as always. Definitely a perfect little beach day here at CocoCay. Had a ball, ate all my favorites, and tonight we're having dinner at the Solarium Bistro for the first time, so that's gonna be exciting. Heading back to the ship, need a shower so bad, but yeah, definitely a really nice day.
Our friends had already dined at the Solarium Bistro, but made a second reservation, so we decided to join them on the final evening. We got one big table for everybody and enjoyed really nice Mediterranean fare. The food was actually really tasty and in smaller portions. They try to keep things healthy at the Solarium Bistro, so you don't stuff your face too much. But all the food was very good. There's your hummus. You've got calamari, falafels and chicken. There's the snapper. You've got roasted lemon pepper chicken right there. That focaccia bread was delicious. And then on this side you have more of the same. There's the snapper, the chicken. Got some peppers there and mushrooms, steak fries. And for dessert, the crema catalana. And they had some chocolate cake and baklava. I just love baklava so much, among many other desserts.
Dinner tonight at the Solarium Bistro was actually really nice. Kind of Mediterranean style food, but buffet. So you would pick your little falafels and Greek salads and things like that, and bring it over to your table. Whatever it is you wanted to have. I mean, from salmons to chicken, buttered curry chicken, that kind of stuff. And crema catalana for dessert, that was delicious. Baklava. I mean, really, we liked everything. And it's nice that it was not an additional charge, but included with the cruise. I'm going to give the Solarium Bistro 4 out of 5 stars. When we're sitting at a restaurant, I still like to have the food, come over to the table instead of having to stand up and, serve yourself. So lose a point there. But as far as the food, everything was very tasty. I mean, I recommend it as an option to main dining. So consider that if you're coming aboard Utopia of the Seas.
It's always such a thrill to sail aboard a brand new ship, and the Utopia of the Seas is no exception. It's absolutely beautiful. Can't wait to sail aboard her again someday.
Well, that's going to do it for another incredible cruise this year. That was number 4. This time aboard Royal Caribbean's brand new Utopia of the Seas. So I'm going to give you my quick thoughts. The ship, absolutely beautiful. She's gorgeous. Check out my ship tour if you haven't already on my channel. And yes, she's a big one. So almost 6,000 guests, about 5,700 guests and a couple thousand crew. But she's so big that, folks spread out. So it never really feels massively crowded. They've got the elevators that, you pick your floor and it directs you to A, B, C, D, E, or F, just like on the Icon of the Seas. Love that system so much. We never waited, more than 5 minutes or so to hop in an elevator. And generally they weren't terribly crowded. I would say probably embarkation day was, the most full as far as the elevators. The crew, oh my goodness, wonderful. I think one of our complaints last year when we sailed aboard Freedom of the Seas was that, some of the crew maybe wasn't as attentive or as nice as you'd like them to be. Completely the opposite here on board Utopia of the Seas. Wonderful. The crew has been just so sweet, and perfect example, Sanjay, and bringing us the bananas that morning. That was so lovely. And those little things matter, at least to me. The entertainment, out of the 4 shows, we caught 2. They were a little late. We scheduled them at 10:30, so I'm old, man. So I'm kind of worn out, by 10. We missed the ice show. I heard it was cute. The production show, the big production all in, was nice, but I'd say the AquaShow was my absolute favorite. If you're going to catch one show aboard this ship, make it the AquaShow. Just sensational. I mean, I'm at a loss for words. You saw, some of the imagery from that show. The island, love Perfect Day at CocoCay so much. Can't wait to get back there, planning for next year. Not sure which ship yet, but we will definitely be sailing aboard Utopia of the Seas at some point in the future. The only kind of drawback is that it's Port Canaveral. So we probably have to tie it in with a Walt Disney World vacation because it is kind of far, 3.5 hour drive. It's easier for us to hop on a ship in Miami or Fort Lauderdale. So, that's going to do it. If there's anything that I can do to help get you booked on one of these gorgeous Oasis-class ships, please feel free to reach out at outerrimtravels.com. I love to, chat with you and get you on board a Royal Caribbean or a Celebrity Cruises ship, Oh, I was going to mention the buffet. The foods were fantastic in Izumi and Chop's Grille. The buffet is kind of your mass-produced, type of food. There's almost 6,000 guests on here, so what do you expect? So when it comes to the sister brand Celebrity Cruises, I think they've got them on the buffet because Ocean View Cafe food is just fantastic. Anyway, little tidbit there for you. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed my time aboard the Utopia of the Seas. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. The channel is growing. I've got more content on the way, and always so happy to get your comments, and when I meet some of you folks in the parks or even here on board the ship, someone stopped and said hi, which was really nice. I love that so much. Don't ever be embarrassed to say hello. If you spot me filming or whatever, I can always do another take. It's not a problem. That's all for now. As always, have an out of this world day, you guys. Take care. I will catch you on the next one.